you know, do y'all get grouped in with just like, oh, they're Japanese and they're playing like rock and roll?
Because like, we have a lot of different scenes. Even like us mothers and boys, we play totally different scenes.
Yeah, that's what I think
so
should
like,
be.
Like American people say like just Japanese rock.
Yeah,
so it means like for us like American rock.
Exactly,
too, like,
exactly. Yeah, people do that. I think that's a big. You know, like people are like, well, it's American rock or Japanese rock. It's like, or saying like metal.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
yeah.
metal. You know, like what does that mean? You know, like metal can be really bad music, right? Right? Like really, like I'm not talking about Slipknot here when I say metal. You know, I'm like talking about Slayer. But what I always have appreciated, or like, of just like the appreciation of like, or the knowledge that people are passionate about music in Japan and passionate about rock and roll. What they take that to the level. You know what I'm saying? Y'all take, I mean, like Japanese bands and stuff take things to levels that is very. We can tell that y'all it's a passionate level and stuff like that, but so like perfect and stuff like that. And I believe until maybe the last 10 years, it's been kind of like ignored or just kind of looked over, you know, like, you know, instead of.
But I think like especially like our generation, like when we discovered rock and roll, at that time like there was not so information. Like we go to just a record, like we had some magazines, but no MTV, no videos. Like, also not so much concerts. Just like even like concerts are so expensive. So like, but we saw I believe like for example like Peter Townsend, like I read like he played like kind of like that. So I believe
you read it and you didn't see it.
Yeah, I believe like even my generation riff like I believe that he played like that always. But I saw like their film, he played like that. I was so disappointed because I believe all the time he played.
Yeah.
Also like always like many bands had very big cabinets. So I believe every band put all 10, but I didn't know it was spare.
Well, that's
so we believed always like that. Like so we try to play like that.
Like that. Well, so, that's good. Is what I'm saying is that's good because that like that pushes. I mean, I feel that pushes like American or Western bands to like, you know, push it to that higher level, because that's what, like, when it comes to Japanese and rock and roll music, like, yeah, I never thought of it like
for
that.
Example,
like y'all do it like in a way where you're like, well, this is how it's done. We're gonna do it to this like perfection, like, and it's not ingenuine at all. It's not faking the funk. I know, like faking the funk. Y'all ain't faking the funk. Like y'all are like being like, well, if this is real, right? You're giving me real. I think this is real. Watch me do what I feel like what real is and shit. I mean, y'all do that shit. I just think that
we misunderstood many things.
Yeah.
So like especially like I really love always the end of the song, especially like a live version.
How it
like always ending like very crazy. Everyone like ending like so. So I love that part. So always when I was a kid, always I try to play all time like that. All time play faster. And
America, I mean, like, you know, people get pushed to play music for so many different reasons, you know, like the reason like people want to play music for so many different reasons, you know what I'm saying? And from like their mother or their father, from like this or like from that, from struggles or from just hearing a record, because like, you know, I feel that you could be pushed to play music from a struggle that you like have, you know, some sort of trouble that you have, you know, so you'll want to play music for that, or you can play music because you're influenced by some things. I think that America has somewhat lost why they like love to play music, whereas like, you know, like I don't know, I just see this passion. I don't know, I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast, but I see this passion in like Japanese music or whatever, where it's so genuine, but the reason why y'all are playing it, it's like, you know, rock and roll came from like black folks, you know, and slavery, and then the mixture of like white guitars influence, you know, and all this. But Japanese, you know, their influence is like like from that, but it's still genuine, and y'all take it to this level. I don't mean to say y'all, because in America, if you say black people and you say y'all, you don't want to group everyone in together, because I mean, y'all aren't good for a Japanese band, y'all are good for a band. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, they're a Japanese band, they're great. It's like, no, you got
from any kind of music.
Yeah, from
since like when I was a kid, like I listened, even like I was 10 years old or 11 years old, I listened already like kind of avant-garde music, like that. So like I listened to everything already, ethnic music.
Well, what? I mean, how come like it's not like that all around like Japanese culture? Like, I mean, like how come like, you know, like you got exposed to that and other people didn't get exposed to that? Because America influences and Japanese influences America, and American influences Japan. But like, you know, you'll have some Japanese people maybe being like, you know, Western, like you got into the punk rock and the rock and roll and shit of America, as other people might get into the more like regular America, you know? Like how did you find yourself getting into the underground American rock scene?
Yeah, because
you just loved it.
Like, even like 70s, like we had only major labels, but
well, how old are you?
I'm 44.
You're 44?
But like even like in 70s, like almost Japanese major company released a lot of like unknown bands records into us.
Oh yeah.
So like we could find a lot of like kind of even.